Hello my good people, I'm back again and we shall just remind ourselves of what had happened in the previous regime that have been just revealed just yesterday by the former governor of Kiambu. This one is William Kabogo, and he has revealed a very important secret that people should at least put in their mind before starting blame games. My good people, do you remember the other time when the former president Uhuru Kenyatta changed his options? He decided to rely on Raila Odinga and Fred Matiang'i, who was the CS of security by that time. These are the two people who replaced the presence of the deputy president. By that time, he was William Ruto, who was the deputy president. This was Raila Odinga, Fred Matiang'i, were the people who were very favorable to the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, and they are the people who took the position of the deputy William Ruto by that time. And so people went about feeling so painful, blaming Raila Odinga for coming in the government and destroying all the politics and good relationships that have been existing with the president. But in real sense, Raila Odinga and Matiang'i could not be blamed because they had been given that opportunity to serve, and they really served in that opportunity so that they can run the government of that time. And so the person whom could be blamed in this case was the former president Uhuru Kenyatta for changing up the cards immediately after they have won the second elections. And so all the pain could be directed to Uhuru Kenyatta, not Raila, not Fred Matiang'i, or not the friends or the circle of Uhuru Kenyatta or advisors of Uhuru Kenyatta. This is to do with personal decision and the actions that were taken, and the consequences all should be directed to the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. And so yesterday, William Kabogo, this is the ex-governor of Kiambu County, who he was impeached from the seat. He did not finish his term very well. He has been trying very much to maintain his political career, but things have been very, very difficult for him. From the time when he stepped out of his seat as a governor, he has never seen that door again, and he has never managed to secure any other position in politics up to today. And he started his politics in 2013, and in 2013, it is the time when he saw the devil with his own eyes, because that time he was in the same political party with the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. The party was called TNA. That time Uhuru Kenyatta was vying as a president, and we see Kabogo was vying as a governor. But we expect that Uhuru Kenyatta could support Kabogo because they come from under one ticket. But the funny thing, Uhuru Kenyatta supported an opponent of William Kabogo. This was called James Nyoro, and he was coming from NAK party. And so it was just something that it could be understood that the relationship between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Kabogo was not good. But William Kabogo did not want to face the truth of this fact because he just assumed and he wanted to maintain that name between Kabogo and Uhuru Kenyatta. But it really showed that this former president was the main reason for William Kabogo to fail in politics. And so the first reason is, he says Uhuru Kenyatta was behind the plan of denying this former governor of Kiambu a gubernatorial seat. This is because he directly supported his opponent from NAK party instead of supporting his fellow candidate from TNA party. And the second reason we see, the friendship that existed between William Kabogo and former President Uhuru Kenyatta was not a mutual friendship, because there is some friendship that are one directional, whereby one party is maybe sacrificing too much for another party and the other one is not making that sacrifice. But that one also depends on who or the status that you have in that relationship. And so for Kabogo's relationship with Uhuru Kenyatta, it was a one way, it was not mutual relationship. William Kabogo was sacrificing so much, and he was struggling to maintain the title of being a friend to Uhuru Kenyatta. But in return, Uhuru Kenyatta did not consider William Kabogo as his friend. And this is very wrong because he has learned it very, very late when he has lost already 2 chances of becoming a governor. And it is late, he can't recover this position because from that year up to now, he has to do a lot. Maybe he should join other people in their own parties so that they can start a good friendship. And so they say in politics there is no permanent friendship or enmity. Then Kabogo did not learn from this. If at all he could have knew there is no permanent friendship in politics, as soon as he could realize his friendship with Uhuru Kenyatta was not working, he could avoid that issue of forcing himself on Uhuru Kenyatta's support and find out another leader who can support him to grow in politics. Just imagine the time when Uhuru Kenyatta was vying as a president, Kabogo was vying as a governor, and his opponent also, James Nyoro, was vying as a governor from another ticket, that is NAK party. Uhuru Kenyatta is supporting the opponent of Kabogo to an extent of using his image on billboards to advertise James Nyoro as a candidate of Kiambu County governorship seat, instead of advertising this Kabogo. At the same time, when Kabogo went to court to file a case against this opponent, the lawyer who presided over the lawyer who came out to defend the opponent of Kabogo was Uhuru's personal lawyer. It means that Uhuru sponsored everything from the start up to the end to make sure that Kabogo is failing in politics terribly. And so up to today, when he has decided to open up about his relationship with the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, then we have learned a lot that this blame game that is going all through, it is not to blame the friends or any circle of the former president who were close to him. It was not the influence of the friends, but it is the personal decision of somebody to deny or to accept you or to support you or to fail you. That was the personal relationship. And so for Kabogo, he cannot blame any of the person who was near to former President Uhuru Kenyatta. He just went directly blaming Uhuru Kenyatta, saying he is the mistake, it's not anybody. And so this makes us to learn that even the decision that Uhuru Kenyatta took to dump William Ruto for Raila Odinga and for Fred Matiang'i, it should not be blamed upon other people. It should be blamed upon this person himself. And so far so good, Uhuru Kenyatta has not been blamed anymore. People who have been blamed, it have been Raila Odinga, Fred Matiang'i. These are the people who have been carrying a lot of blames just because of associating themselves with Uhuru Kenyatta. Especially Raila Odinga has been blamed of all the problems that have been encountered in Kenya. Oh, Raila Odinga brought high cost of living. Raila Odinga spoiled the economy. Everything is on Raila Odinga just because he was the close circle of Uhuru Kenyatta. But the real fact is Uhuru Kenyatta should be blamed because he made his personal choice to dump William Ruto for Raila Odinga and also Matiang'i. And this denied the deputy president a lot of powers and opportunities to become a free leader in the government. And it placed him on a tight corner whereby he could operate within that corner until when that regime ended like that. And so even today, people should not be putting fingers or should not be blaming Raila Odinga so much because Uhuru Kenyatta is the person who decided one-on-one to replace William Ruto with Raila Odinga. And this is giving us a clear indication that fear is still looming in Kenya Kwanza government, because if you hear any leader just talking of Raila, they are very afraid because of what happened previously. And so even today, if the president, who is William Ruto, can decide to replace any of the leader with any other opposition leader. It is his own decision, and the opposition should not be blamed for this, because the decision of the president or the decision of that leader who have decided to ditch another leader, it is the person who should take the blame. And so here, leaders should just know that there is no permanent friendship in politics. The same thing Kabogo saw, but he assumed, and he did not want to recover very early from this forced relationship with Uhuru Kenyatta, is what was just witnessed with the relationship again that occurred with Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. And so it is a high time for these leaders to become very sharp. As much as you see things are not working out, you should not become blind. You should look it with another eye, so that you can come out of that problem. It should not be very late to an extent that you are a friend to somebody and that person is not your friend. He's not supporting you. He's fighting you. He's making all the possible ways to make sure that you are failing. And here, the Deputy President Gachagua, who is very much worried about Raila Odinga, then they should not be worried about Raila Odinga, because Raila Odinga is there very much available. If the opportunity comes and he is being given, why can you deny? He just offer himself that comfortability and makes an enjoyment out of it. Actually should not be blamed. The fact be told that the person to be blamed here was President Uhuru Kenyatta, who made his personal decision to betray who? To betray William Ruto because of their own personal differences and personal interests. And so it cannot be a very new thing again to happen in Kenya Kwanza. Betrayal can happen, but the person who should take the blame, it is the one who has taken the step and the action to make the decision of replacement. And so there is no permanent friendship, there is no permanent enmity, and the issue of betrayal is just a thing of the politics. Like, it is history. It can go, it can come back, and it will be experienced anytime. And as much as these leaders are just every day making noise, I don't know, the opposition, the leader of opposition, every time they're just making noise, but this leader is another fit leader whom, when given a position, he can serve. And it is their own responsibility to stay vigilant. If you are replaced, then you should blame the person who has done the action, not the one who has replaced you. Because it seems there is something that they have seen in Raila Odinga that you don't possess. That is why Raila Odinga has been fixed in your position, and not Raila Odinga alone, any other leader that can replace you. It means that he is doing better than you. Politics is just a matter of interest and what you will gain after all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Send me your opinions and have a good day.